Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making the second part of the video of customizing this little Dollcena doll. I have finished her carving and you can see that I've added a little bit of shading around the mouth. I also finished the reroot of the scalp, and while I'm super happy with the way that the color came out, the scalp did end up splitting. If you remember from the first video, I talked about how in the part line, with the line having holes so close together, oftentimes it will split and break, and it did happen even though I was very careful. So I have glued it. I don't prefer doing that just because it makes it a little bit stiff in there, but there's really no other option because the hair can easily come out and you want it to be secure. So I haven't decided yet how I'm going to style it. Right now it's all fuzzy and we're going to comb it and look at it in a minute. The other thing that happened is I did start out trying to use the knot method, but the way the scalp is way up under there, the holes, it was just really hard to get to them. So I ended up just rooting it down with no security on this side. But what I've found is once you've done that so many times, this becomes matted and secure, and you can also add a little bit of glue, but I'm probably not even going to add glue to this one because it's so matted. I don't think the hair is going to really fall out, and if it does, it'll be minimal. So that's done, and I also have her little outfit ready that I'm super excited to see what she's going to look like when she's done. I'll show you more about that later, and the artist that made the clothing. I also have chosen her eye chips, and I've altered the eye mechanism to remove the metal part that makes it go up and down. I'm actually going to glue her eyes in place so that they don't move. And so I'm going to see how that works out. I like these really dark, big eyes. So what we're going to work on today is finishing up painting the face and then getting her put back together. So let's get started on that. I'm probably not going to talk, as you've seen me do painting videos before, so we'll just do a little bit of that with no talking, and then when she's done, we'll put her back together. Okay, so I didn't show a lot of the painting process because I just did a video like that, and the lighting has been kind of bad. And I just noticed that this little piece had something kind of damaged the ear. So I hope it doesn't look too bad. I think something from outside got stuck to it while it was drying. But the face looks good. So as I said, I'm going to glue the eye mechanism in place because I want it to stay in one place. The difficulty with this is that I'm going to use super glue, and I know a lot of people are kind of against super glue just because it can be kind of if you mess up, you can't really fix it. because it's permanent. But I don't like using glues like E6000 because it takes so long to dry, and that a lot of times for me it ends up causing a mistake because I can't sit and hold it long enough to make sure it dries how I want it. So I generally use super glue, and I just am really careful and use a really small amount. So I have this little tube, and I'm going to hold the eye mechanism exactly where I want it, and then try to just do a teeny tiny drop inside there, and hopefully it will just dry really quickly and stay in place. I don't know how much glue is left in this little tiny tube, so let's see. I apologize for my voice. I have been suffering from a sinus infection this week. It started out as allergies and turned into just a nasty sinus infection that won't quit. So I'm just going to hold it here and hopefully it will dry, and then I will glue a little bit on the other side. So let's just wait. It doesn't seem to be drying as quickly as I want it to, so I'm going to look and see if I have some of this other type of super glue that is not a gel, it's like a liquid, and it seems to get down in there and dry faster. But I don't think I have any more. I think it was all dried up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the other side. I don't have any liquid, I only have this gel. And I can't tell if I'm getting enough down in there. My concern is making sure that the back plate will also be able to go on correctly, as well as the because it's looking like the super glue is in the area that this part will go. So once I put this on, if the glue is wet at all, it's going to glue the back plate on as well, and there will be no changing it. So I don't want to mess it up at this point. While we're kind of waiting to make sure that dries, let's comb out the, hoping that's all the way in there. Let's comb out the hair. So this is mohair. I did a blue, a teal, and a pink, but primarily the blue. It can get really, really fuzzy, so you have to frequently comb it out as you're working. And when you're done, I'm also going to probably put a little bit of hair wax in it once it's styled, so that it doesn't get frizzy after it dries. It's the only thing about this hair that I don't like, or I don't love about it, is that it can get really frizzy. So for this doll, I'm planning on putting the hair in pigtails. I don't think I'm going to braid it or anything. I'm just going to put it in pigtails, but I want to make sure that the part line looks good since it's kind of a mess from having to glue it. I think it's going to be fine though. When you're combing out this type of mohair that's been rooted like this, you're going to be very careful not to pull the hair at the scalp level. So if you have a tangle, you want to hold the hair sort of at the base and then comb it out, and make sure you're using water, because otherwise if you pull too hard like this, you can pull out some of the hair. So you just want to, if it's not giving and letting you pull it out, then you definitely want to hold it at the base. I don't know, the hair is long enough that maybe braids would be cute. I'm thinking about doing it before putting the scalp on. I don't know, I might wait, see what she looks like. Sometimes it's easier to do this first, but then other times you can't get it to lay right. So I think I'm just gonna let it be combed out for now, and then I'm gonna put the little bonnet on so it can kind of flatten it a little bit. This is the bonnet that she's gonna wear, probably. Haven't totally decided yet. And I'm gonna tie it so that it starts to kind of flatten the hair so it's not so poofy. All right, let's check on the eyes. So they're definitely in the position I want. Let's see if the glue is still wet. So I think we're gonna have to give it some time. I definitely don't want to mess with it if the glue's wet. So I'm going to come back and check on it in just a little bit and we'll see. Well, it's the next day and I ended up waiting overnight for the glue to dry. It did not function the way the super glue I normally use works. So this was the gel super glue and it stayed wet for quite a while. The liquid that I'm used to using dries instantly almost. So I just didn't want to chance it and mess her up, so I let it dry overnight and it is dry now. So I'm hoping that everything is exactly how I want it. In the meantime, I also put the hair in sort of pigtails, and we'll see if we like it like that or not once she's together. I also have gotten sicker since yesterday, so I apologize for this video not being super informative and kind of quick, but I want to get her put together today. So I thought we would just do that, and that's going to be it for her. So now there's no screw on the scalp of this doll, so I'm hoping that it's not going to fall out in any way. There is a screw on the back plate, so let's first put her together. I've never put one of these dolls together, so let's see how it goes. I'm not feeling very much give with it going in, and so I'm not really sure if I don't have it lined up or if something about the way I've made it is not allowing it to go back together. So I'm trying to be very gentle because I don't want to damage the doll. There are two grooves there's one groove on each side down here by the neck and then two there. So I need to make sure that they will go in and that they're lined up. I'm wondering if it's these ones down here on the bottom. This side looks fine. It's this side and possibly those two. I'm wondering if maybe I don't have the neck right. Looks right. it looks like that's about as good as it's gonna get. Seems like there's still kind of a gap down there at the bottom, although they're inserted. So other than just kind of pushing harder, I don't really know how to, since it has to be lined up. And I'm pushing pretty hard. I'm not really worried about it breaking. It's just more like, I don't think it's gonna go any more than that. So, looks like one of her little rubber bands came out and I don't see where it went. So I'm gonna grab another one of those. I kind of wanted her hair to be kind of messy. Oh, I feel it, it's still in her hair. So I'm gonna put this one back in a pigtail. And we'll put her bonnet on and see what she looks like. We still are having very sunny, hot weather, not very good photography weather. So I'm hoping it's going to be overcast the next couple days so I can get some photos done that I have kind of backlogged. I also wanted to mention while I'm doing that, I found out this week that my channel has finally reached a point where I'm going to get a payout from my ads. I haven't received it yet because they're having a hard time verifying my tax information. But I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited for my channel to be making a little bit of money at this point. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, now is a great time, as I'm really trying to make it more valuable for everyone. So please subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you comment and like on videos so that my channel can grow. And I appreciate all of you that are here and have made it grow over the last couple years. So I just want to say I do really love this doll, and I think I'm going to order another one. I'm starting to think about customizing more dolls other than Blythe. There's a lot of competition right now for making Blythe dolls, and my last two have not sold, and it's not super rare for me. Sometimes my dolls sit for a while because they're a little bit different, but I can't really devote a lot of time to making a doll if it's not gonna have a good chance of selling. And I think that this doll is pretty much my favorite doll I've ever made, and so I want to do another one. So I hope you like her. I'm hoping to get some pictures taken of her soon. So again, this was a Dollcena doll. I'll put, well, I don't know if I need to put a link below because I got her on eBay, but I will put the way that it's written so you can look on eBay if you want to find one. And this little one will be available. I'm not sure if she's going to be in my shop or if I'm going to save her for BlytheCon, or maybe both. I'll put her in my shop, and if she doesn't sell, I'll take her to BlytheCon. So I hope you like her. I do need to put that screw in the back of her head. I don't remember if where I put that screw, so I'm gonna look for it, and I will put that back in, and then she's pretty much done. I also will put a link to the person I got these clothes from because they are so well made. The shoes were from a different seller, and I'll put a link to her as well. So thanks as always for watching. I apologize for this video not being super comprehensive, but I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye.